I'd like to ask the media members if they have a question to use the raise your hand feature. And your first question comes from Tony DeComo.
Oh, Mike. There we go. Oh. No, it's his.
I think we're good now.
There we go. Yeah.
Just what are your plans for watching the game tonight? How much will you be tuned into it versus maybe ignoring it? And how much do you care who wins?
Yeah, no, I'll definitely be tuning in. All these games have been great. I watched the games last night too, and they were fantastic. So I'll definitely be tuning in and watching. As far as who we care to win, right now we like our team, and we like our team against anybody, and so we're definitely going to be tuning in. But I don't think it matters who wins. They're both great teams, and it's not going to be easy either way. But we do feel confident about where we're at and our team, and so either way, it's going to be a tough challenge, and it's going to be a good team that we're playing. But we're confident in our team as well.
Separately, we just had Edwin Diaz in here a little while ago, and he was kind of talking about how on a couple of occasions here recently, he's needed maybe just a reminder that like your stuff is good, just throw it in the zone and you'll be good.
Yeah.
Why do you think someone that accomplished with that obvious good of stuff maybe needs that sort of reminder from time to time?
Because baseball is really hard. I mean, it's at this level, the things separating the great from the good are very, very small, and they can change in an instant, and this game is always adapting. So just because what you did last year was really successful, it doesn't necessarily mean that the next year it's going to be. This game is always trying to adapt and always trying to get better. Younger kids are always trying to come up and take your spot. And so, it's one of those things where the facts don't have feelings, and, we really have to adjust to the way the game is being played now. And so when, Diaz in his situation, when you get knocked down a couple times, it takes a little bit of, adjustment and then confidence of doing it and throwing it in the zone and finding that success in order to get that confidence back again. So, baseball is a tough game mentally and physically. But it'll definitely knock you down. And sometimes, you need some success in order to be able to build that confidence up again.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Next question is from Dave Lennon.
Hey, Brandon.
Hey.
I think the clubhouse chemistry with you guys is pretty obvious. I'm wondering about what you guys have found, upstairs, from Steve Cohen to David Stearns to Carlos Mendoza. You've been with the Mets for a while. What do you think's been created there? Is it the communication? Is it knowing how those guys click? Is it just a good chain of command? How do you think that's worked so far and just in their first year together?
Yeah, I mean, I think that communication is a huge aspect of that. I think you hit the nail on the head. That's something that David and Steve are really big on, is being able to communicate well. And I think that's part of the reason that they picked Carlos as well, is because they communicated really easily and well with him. And then he communicates well with the players. So I think you hit the nail on the head. I think that's a huge part of it in building a successful team. Obviously, David is extremely gifted in his expertise of building a team. Carlos is extremely gifted in his expertise of being around teams and how to get them to pull on the same side of the rope and be able to, lift guys up and also challenge people in the same time. And then I think, Steve's been obviously very, very successful in creating successful businesses and doing well, has a lot of wisdom, not just from baseball side of things, but, from life and business in general. And I think you combine all of that. And you get people that communicate well in all those different directions, and you find a successful recipe. And so I think it's been a work in progress in order to get that, but I do think that the communication between them has been a key to the success this year.
Thanks, Brandon.
Mm-hmm.
Next question is from Tim Healy.
Hey, Brandon. Looks like Jeff McNeil could be back if the next couple days in Arizona go well for him.
Mm-hmm.
What would it mean to the team? How would that help the team having him back?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Jeff is an amazing hitter, accomplished hitter. He has a batting title to him, and is really adept at what the playoffs are good for, and that's when you get a guy in runners and scoring position, just getting a base hit is the biggest thing, and so not trying to do too much, and he's someone that's very experienced in that, and a good left-handed bat that we could add to the lineup. But we're all going to be asked to do our part, and he is ready to do that as well. And so I think just that willingness to do your part is going to be the biggest thing here. We're all trying to just pull on the same end of the rope and help us get to the end of the road, with a World Series, obviously. And so anything that we're asked to do, we do. And, that's kind of the team model right now. So excited for him and feeling better and possibly being able to add, to this lineup and to this team. But obviously want him to be feeling well as well. So, anxious to see how this goes with the Arizona Fall League and how he's feeling down there.
And separately, with 3 days between the division series and championship series, how nice is it to have that break?
Yeah, we've got some guys that are definitely healing some stuff up, and it's October, and so it's always nice to get that time. I think the part that you have to be careful with is with that time off, it is not letting that little break kind of create like this sense of relaxation, and so trying to make sure that you're still getting your reps and seeing high velocity stuff in the cage, and if guys need to go see bullpens or whatever, but kind of just keeping the rust off, I think is the biggest thing, because we've been able to, play high intensity games, all the way to this point and not get too many days off in between for that. So it's definitely awesome to get the time and great for the injury side of things. But we also need to make sure that we're staying mentally focused and that we're, trying to treat these reps like game reps and trying to, keep the reaction times and all that as quick as possible so that, we can hop right into game one and not miss a beat.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Next question is from Mike Mancuso.
Hey, Brendan. With few exceptions, the team defense has been significantly improved, I think, from last year. How important has that become, and especially now as you get into the next round?
Yeah, I think it's a huge part. It was something that David highlighted real early on, in spring training and even beforehand, was talking about how important defense was to this team and to success and overall, longevity. And so I think it's a huge part of the success that we've had. You look back at Tyrone's play where he was able to play that ball off the wall and throw Bohm out at second base, and you just think about what a momentum turn that was. The Phillies, could have had a double and a guy in scoring position right there, and instead it's turned into an out and nobody on base. And so you just kind of look at plays like that, and obviously you've seen Francisco, all year long, and the plays that he makes. And Mark's been making amazing plays, backhanded amazing throws, and Pete's been scooping it over there, and we've just really had amazing defensive play, like you said. And I think without all of that, you're not in the position that we're in. And so I think it's extremely important. And, we're definitely harping on that and definitely trying to keep focused on that.
Next question is from Laura Almanis.
Hey, Brandon. I know you know that the Yankees clinched yesterday. Just being in this environment in New York, have you noticed a shift in the vibe or just the reactions that people have, approached you with, and what's that been like? Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's amazing that we have, two New York teams left, in what will be the last four.
New York has always seemed like a baseball town to me. And so the vibe that's going around here right now is unbelievable. And definitely feeling, the high that the city is on. Haven't had too much time to go into the city and enjoy it. We've been, busy playing and, getting back and recovering and everything. But just from what I see and what I hear, I mean, the city is loving this, and we just couldn't be happier that our fan base is enjoying this, and it's well deserved, and we think that our fan base is the best, and so we are just ecstatic and glad they're enjoying this with us.
Next question is from Disha Thoza.
Hey, Brandon, just after you guys clinched, Steve Cohen said he wants to slay the negative Mets fans' perceptions. Just how far do you think he's come in changing the organization's culture in that way since buying the team 4 years ago?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's made a huge impact on that. I know that was a big part of things when he, first acquired the team. He wanted to change that, the other team in New York kind of, persona. And, he wanted to turn this organization into a world-class organization that people wanted to be in and around. And, I think he's done an amazing job at that. He's put the right people in place. He's, watched and listened and made actions that have spoken louder than his words. And, he's tried it a few different ways and has kept learning, along the way. And I think he's come a long, long way in 4 years. I mean, I think this is something that would usually take a lot longer. And he has made, great decisions along the way. And like I mentioned earlier, I think he's put the right people in the right places. And so, for this organization, we're looking to continue to build on this. This is a great step forward. We're in no way finished yet, but I think that he's only looking to continue to improve from here.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Next question is from Mike Fitzpatrick.
Sorry, guys, meant to lower my hand there. Brendan, you touched on it with the Yankees and the vibes in the city. I'm good on that. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you.
Last question is from Andrew Tretnick.
Hey, Brandon. Obviously, it's been a pretty whirlwind 2 weeks. And obviously, you had been in the playoffs in 2022, but hadn't had success. I'm just curious kind of what lessons you've taken from the last 2 weeks, whether it was late in the regular season or through the first two rounds of the playoffs that you can kind of carry the rest of the way.
Yeah, I mean, going through these times, it brings, experience and a little more wisdom, and, just going through these situations helps for the next time that you go through it. Right. So, 2022, obviously we didn't finish the way that we would have liked to. And so you take that and you say, okay, so, what about whether it's my, my attitude, what about my work? What was going wrong there that, I think could have done better. And, for me, I kind of looked at it and I, said, what, I think, I wasn't really having as much fun as I should have, towards the end of it. It started to be an expectation to win rather than when we were winning. I was going out there just trying to take care of everything that I could control, being very prepared, and then going and playing and having fun and enjoying the competition. And so for me, I highlighted that, and towards the end of this season, whenever I started to feel myself kind of making things bigger than they were, I would just go back to, that, what, prepare, do everything that you can, have, all the confidence in the world in what you've done to prepare for this game. And then when you go out there, just go send it, go have fun, and that has led to more success for me than saying, oh, I got to get it done right here. I have to, pressure situation. This is when the big guys rise or whatever, all that bull crap is. It doesn't work for me. And you kind of got to go through trial and error, in order to do that. And so, for me, it was getting back to having fun and, obviously preparing in a way where you're trying to prepare for every situation and be very confident in that. But then once you get out there and you've done all of that, you go send it and you go have fun. And I think that was one of the biggest lessons that I learned that's helped in our success, and at least my personal success, here later, and been trying to pass that on to other guys as well.
Apologies. One final question from Dave Lennon.
Sorry, Brandon. I wanted to get one more in. Just based on what Laura said, I know you guys saw the Yankees have advanced, and I know you guys have a lot of work to do, but only because you play the Yankees during the regular season in a Subway Series. Could you imagine, as pressure packed as those games are during the regular season? Could you imagine if you played the Yankees for with everything on the line?
Oh, it'd be amazing. The city would be, I don't even know what the city would do, man. It would just almost explode. And it would be amazing. So definitely, if it comes to that point, we will enjoy the heck out of it, and it will be an amazing time to be in the city, and to be a part of these two organizations and see who wins. But obviously, both teams have something that they have to take care of before, and that's a big something, in the ALCS and the NLCS. And so we're going to be focused on that, and we're going to not let our minds drift to that. But, it would be a blast. There's no question about it. Like, it would be, a dream kind of scenario. So I would enjoy the heck out of it, and it would be a story that you would tell for the rest of your life. But, we definitely have a big obstacle in the way. And so we're going to be focused on the NLCS for now.
Brandon, thank you very much for your time this afternoon.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.